the meeting to order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to welcome everyone to the school board meeting this evening. We'll remind everyone that we are live streaming the board meeting tonight. We also want to welcome Kurt Neiman to his first board meeting. Kurt was sworn in a week and a half ago as a new board member, so our seventh board member, so it's great to have you. Look forward to working with you. So we'll start with a motion to accept consent agenda items. Motion. I have a motion by Chelsea. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Pat. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Next, we'll move down to community non-agenda items. We do have someone here to participate in public participation, but we'll read the guidelines first to start out with. So the school board does recognize the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the public to express themselves on corporation matters. This meeting is a meeting of the school board for in public for the purpose of conducting school corporation's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. There will be time for public participation as indicated by the agenda. The board provides public comment at the beginning of the meeting for items not on the agenda. For items on the agenda, the board may take comment during the meeting as the board considers items. The board president will direct when public comment is appropriate. The presiding officer shall be guided by the following rules. Public participation shall be permitted as indicated on the order of business, provided, however, the public participation may be prohibited at any meeting that must be conducted remotely or virtually due to a disaster, emergency declared by federal, state, or local officials, unless the board has elected to allow oral public comment as such board meetings above. Attendees shall register their intention to participate in public portion of the meeting upon arrival to the meeting. Participants shall be recognized by the presiding officer and shall be requested to preface their comments by an announcement of their name, address, group affiliation, if and when appropriate. Each statement made by a participant shall be limited to 3 minutes in duration. And we do have a clock that we'll use as a timer. No participant may speak more than once. No participant may pass their time to another participant. All statements shall be directed to the presiding officer. No person may address or question board members individually. The presiding officer may prohibit public comments which are harassing, interrupt, warn, or terminate a person's statement when the statement is too lengthy, personally directed, abusive, obscene, or irrelevant. Request any individual to leave a meeting when that person behaves in a manner that is disruptive to the orderly conduct of the meeting. Request the assistance of law enforcement officers in the removal of a person who is willfully disruptive or when that person's behavior interferes with the orderly conduct of the meeting. Call for recess or an adjournment to another time when the lack of public decorum so interferes with the orderly conduct of the meeting as to warrant such action, and waives these rules with approval of the board when necessary for the protection of privacy or the administration of the board's business. The portion of the meeting during which public oral comment is held shall be limited to 30 minutes unless extended by a vote of the board, provided, however, that every person who is physically present and has followed the reasonable rules set forth above shall be permitted an opportunity to provide oral public comment by dividing the total time for oral public comment by the number of persons providing those comments. And this is part of our Neola policy, P00167.3. So next we'll ask if anyone is present who would like to speak on any item that is on the agenda or any other topic. And we do have one individual, Glita. If you want to go ahead and come up to the podium, if you'll state your name, address, and group affiliation, and then we'll start the timer and you can start the public comment.
Okay, first, that's a mouthful, oh my gosh.
Yes.
So Glita Hadley, 231 High Street. I'm with the Jennings County Drug and Alcohol Task Force. I had flyers, but technology did not work with me. So I just have a couple announcements that have already been shared on Parent Square. One is that we are having an open forum for parents provided by Centerstone at North Vernon Elementary, July 15th, 6 to 7 p.m. for all parents. That doesn't include, if you're online, any parent. It's titled Let's Talk Mental Health. So it's just an open forum for parents in discussing mental health with our kids. So that's one. The next thing is we are having a back to school event, July 26th. That is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That is at the CSL Clubhouse. There is construction in front of CSL, which is blocking off the main entrance. So I will be providing 20 signs throughout all pathways to the clubhouse, just for clarity. I've only been out there a couple times since that happened. It's kind of a maze to get through. The next thing is that we are having a parent cafe survey that will be posted on social media, shared throughout Parent Square, just to kind of say, hey, parents, what do you need? How can we help support? From that survey, we will be adjusting some educational forums and talks from the feedback. That's all I have today. I had flyers, so check Parent Square, check social media. It'll be shared on a couple of different platforms. So, a minute?
That's not too bad.
A minute, man, I try to get through it fast.
That's great.
That's all I have.
Perfect. I'm just going to run through the three items, if that's okay with you. I'll just read them and you tell me if I got them correct.
Perfect.
Okay. So the open forum, this is provided by Centerstone at North Vernon Elementary on July the 15th from 6 to 7 p.m. Inviting all parents, and this is a Let's Talk Mental Health.
Yes.
Okay. There's a back to school event on July the 26th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the CSL Clubhouse, and you'll make sure that there's lots of signs.
Yep.
Okay. And then a parent cafe survey. Did I get that right?
Yes.
So asking for feedback from parents through Parent Square and social media so that you know how to better provide resource for parents and family members.
Yep.
Okay. What social media will the survey? You said Parent Square and social media. Is there a certain page that they should look out for?
So it'll be posted on Heads Up Jennings County across the board, because it's not just one organization that's putting it together. It's kind of a collective community-wide effort. But there's 7 of us that have come together to try to help. So it'll be put everywhere.
Perfect.
And we'll have that on our new social media page, Jennings County School Corporation. So
Okay,
we will share it there as well.
Yep, that's a great time to remind everybody, Jennings County School Corporation does have a new social media page if you have not liked it. If you navigate to the old page, Nikki has it linked in the post that says this page is old, and it'll take you right to the new, and you can like it. I did it myself tonight, super easy. So please go and like the new Jennings County School Corporation Facebook page.
Lots of important back to school information going to be there soon.
Can
Thank
I
you
add
again, Lita.
one comment? I'm sorry, as I was going through this. The back to school event at CSL, that's providing haircuts, health screenings, all backpacks, school supplies, oh gosh, all of it.
Great.
There's resources for parents, all kinds of stuff.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that. Great information. I'll try to circle back around and remind everybody again at the end of the meeting. And so Glita was the only person that signed in to speak, so assuming no one else wanted to speak. We'll move on to new business. We have some Neola policies.
Yes, this is a first reading of a batch of Neola policies. Please reach out if you have any questions.
So first reading, so this is an inform, so make sure that you're reviewing those policies that were included in your packet tonight. Next under programs, we have Panther Online Academy Handbook.
Yes, this is just an inform also. This is a handbook that was used for students similar to the one after the pandemic. There's a few changes, but it's what we followed after the pandemic for the most part.
Great. Okay, again, that item is an inform. So next we have JCHS CTE course proposals.
We have 2 new courses that we are proposing. This is an inform also, Fundamentals of Human Services and Community Health Workers. This is so that we can update our health and human service pathways, which aligns more with careers and new federal regulations. This will not affect our students who are on the old pathway. They'll still be able to finish.
Great, and that is also an inform item. We have another elementary JCMS, JCMS, and JCHS curricular materials list.
This is our annual approval of the curriculum materials K through 12. It's the associated fees if a student would lose their material and would have to pay for a replacement because we do not charge for textbooks. So.
Okay, again, that is an inform. So next we'll come down under professional staff. We have some recommendations.
Yes, please. Asking for approval for the following recommendations. Excuse me. Holly Boswell, Sand Creek Elementary teacher. Nicole Creech, Hayden Elementary principal. Ashley Heindel, Jennings County Middle School girls cross country coach. Jill Stoner, Jennings County High School girls cross country coach.
Okay. I have a motion by Travis. I have a second by Mary Lynn. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. And I believe we're gonna wait.
If you don't mind, if you could, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
I'll
Thank you.
Hold on. Hold my horses.
Also asking for approval for the following recommendations pending hiring requirements, please. Lily Arnholt, Northern Elementary teacher. Madeline Buffington, Jennings County High School English teacher.
Okay. I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
I have a motion by Pat. I have a second by Cheryl. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0.
Now we're ready to celebrate.
Okay.
We are excited. We have our new family with us here today, and that would be Nicole Creech, Hayden principal and elementary principal. And so if you would please stand up, Nicole, we'd appreciate it. Would you introduce, please, family or friends that are with you today?
This is my son Corbin. He goes to Hayden. He's going to be a 6th grader. And then this is my husband Jeremy.
And then also, stay standing, we're gonna keep you there, okay? Also, right in front of her, we have our new Jennings County High School English teacher, and that would be, forgive me, I looked at it wrong, Madeline Buffington, thank you.
Hi.
And then Madeline, you didn't have any other guests with you today, is that correct?
No.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go back here to the back row. Holly Boswell is back here. Holly's gonna be at Sand Creek Elementary, and do you have someone you would like to introduce?
Also, this is my husband Tyler. He's with me today.
Great, thank you. And then right in front of her, by Mrs. Webster, is Lindley Arnholt, who is going to be at Northern Elementary as a teacher. Hi, Lindley.
Hi.
Do you have some friends or family you'd like to introduce?
Yes.
Okay, great.
This is my little sister Kiki. She's going into 2nd grade this year at Richards Elementary in Columbus. And this is my mom, Christina, and my stepdad, Chris.
Great. We are so thankful to have all your friends and family here.
And we have a tradition here that we just love, and if we'd like to welcome ourselves. So if you will walk around the circle, we'd like to welcome you in and shake your hands. Can I take pictures?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Very glad to have
Thank you.
Just remember, you're not alone. You're part of our family.
Congratulations. I'll see you tomorrow. Anything you need, let us know.
So you know.
I was gonna say, there was a pressure to try to get these things all right the first time. So glad to have you. Congratulations, welcome.
Thank you
so much.
Lily, congratulations. It's great to have you. Holly, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Welcome, congratulations.
There it is. Very good. Well, again, we want to just welcome all of you. Really here at Jennings County School Corporation, we see everybody as family. So you're now part of our family. We're excited about that, to see what you can do to help us grow our students. So welcome again. Anything else there? Okay, perfect. All right, so we're down to item number 4, St. Mary's Title Tutors.
Yes, I asking for approval for Abby Capes and Jennifer Ertl for the second half of last school year and the beginning of the school year to be approved as tutors, and it was from the latest grant approval.
So entertain a motion to approve those.
So moved.
A motion by Travis, do I have a second? Second by Curtis. Kurt? Okay. I'll get it right. By Kurt, so he is officially on record as a second there. Wonderful. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Great. So now we'll move down under support staff, under recommendations.
Yes, please. Also asking approval for these recommendations: Samuel Ernstis, Jennings County High School Assistant Boys Football Coach. Shane Howard, Jennings County High School Assistant Boys Football Coach. Larry Marksberry, Jennings County High School Custodial Termination. Trey McAdam, Jennings County High School Assistant Boys Football Coach. Chelsea Staples, Jennings County High School Administrative Assistant to the Principal. Nathaniel Staples, Jennings County High School Boys Cross Country Coach. Ashley Whitaker, Jennings County Middle School Assistant Girls Volleyball Coach.
We'll entertain a motion to
So
approve.
moved.
A motion by Mary Lynn, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Pat, any discussion?
Got a question.
Yeah.
Chelsea not already employed, is that just a different
It's
position?
a change in role, change of position.
Okay, all right.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. We have
Yes, also asking for approval, please, for Tamara Phelps to be employed as a Jennings County School Corporation bus aide.
entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Cheryl, do I have a second? Second by Kurt, any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0.
And also 3 more recommendations, please. Alexander Gabbard, Jennings County Middle School Custodian, pending hiring requirements. Austin Grundon, Jennings County Middle School 7th grade boys assistant football coach. And Vicki Weiner, Jennings County High School administrative assistant as the treasurer.
Okay, those last 3 all pending hiring requirements. We
Thank you.
entertain a motion to approve. A motion by Travis, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Pat, any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Which takes us down to finances. We have some.
Couple donations,
yeah.
yes. Asking the board for approval for the following donations. The high school student help fund in memory of Linda Anglin, Paula and Ed Ertl, $50, and the high school class of 2025, $1,000. And also Black Cat Racing Team in memory of Tyler Wells, Patrick and Cynthia Ruddick, $20.
Entertain a motion to approve those donations as read. Motion by Cheryl, do I have a second? Second by Pat, any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Next, we have a cost containment update. Nikki?
Yes, I want to give an update on cost containment, and I know that's a project we've been working on throughout the last year. We've had multiple different conversations on that and in meetings. But I'd like to summarize the work we've done so far. And as sure as you've been following the news, there's a lot of work that's going to be ahead of us due to some changes in state funding and property taxes, and then also due to some federal grant freezes. So to make sure that I share that same information with you, and I'd like to make sure our public's aware of it as well, I'm just gonna read through a statement on what we've done with cost containment and what our plans are going forward. So I have a little bit of information here to kind of follow through. But we identified in the 23-24 school year that we had a need for cost containment due to ongoing enrollment loss, which is very common in public schools across the state. But we worked with a demographer to confirm this wasn't a limited time issue and that it was expected to continue for some time because of our birth rate and our mobility. That loss of enrollment impacts our largest funding stream as a corporation. So student enrollment is what drives ADM funding from the state. Our other means of funding are property taxes, local income tax, and state and federal grants. In the 24 and 25 school year, we did a comprehensive review of our student needs, programs, and opportunities. We were able to directly identify areas that we were overstaffed because of enrollment loss. For instance, that's over 1,000 students in a 10-year period, just to give you some context. We worked as a team that was including the board, JCCTA, and each department to identify where we could make adjustments to right-size our staffing with minimal impact on our students. Since staffing accounts for around 85% of our total budget, stabilizing funding to match enrollment size helps support our fiscal responsibility. We determined that we had 35 positions that needed to be absorbed for the 25-26 school year. We were able to downsize through natural attrition for a majority of those positions, so we were able to recall 31 staff into openings that had occurred due to resignations or retirements. This accounts to an overall reduction of approximately $1.7 million. Unfortunately, though, as we thoughtfully planned and made these difficult decisions to right-size our staffing and enrollment, other funding streams were then impacted by the new legislation that was finalized and shared this summer. So we have estimated losses of over $1 million in the next 3 years in property tax revenue with Senate Bill 1. We will also have the loss of local income tax in 2028 for schools. And there is a current freeze on federal grant dollars, which is equivalent to about $250,000 for Jennings County schools. So while we are able to weather these additional losses at this time, we will need to consider what further reductions are needed over the course of the next year to maintain financial stability and the high-quality services and opportunities that we have for our students. The first step in us understanding all of these new regulations and understand the impact of Senate Bill 1 on our property tax funding is what's in front of us. So I've asked Barry Gardner, who we work with from Policy Analytics, to present to the board the impact we're going to see locally on our funding given the projections of these new regulations. So he's going to come present at our next board work session, which will be on July 24th. That's before the next regular meeting. He presents at 6 p.m. and we will live stream that so that if community members are interested in understanding what that impact will be and what that looks like, they'll be able to watch along as well. This change in funding for schools is going to be an ongoing conversation. This presentation by Barry is just a first step in wrapping our minds around what this new regulation looks like. And this is for us and as well as all public schools in Indiana. So these are topics you're going to hear about frequently, and I want to make sure that I'm giving us the local picture, and that includes bringing in some financial experts to help share that information. So Barry will be here at the next meeting, and that will just be ongoing conversations that we have, that we will try to be as transparent as possible and make sure we're trying to share that information in a variety of ways. So this is just the first step in that.
So I think, Nikki, from my perspective, I just want to say thank you for helping to educate us as board members. You know, part of our responsibility is really to understand our fiscal responsibility when it comes to the Jennings County Public School Corporation. So we appreciate this. We would again invite public to either live stream. Again, we're live streaming now. We'll live stream on the evening of July the 24th. Again, Barry Gardner will be here to talk at 6 p.m. And so if you can't be here in person, again, take the opportunity to either watch it live or it will be recorded and posted on our website.
Yes.
And so you can go back and watch the recorded version as well. Any comments from board members?
I would just say I would highly recommend spread the word. You know, public schools are facing unprecedented times, and the more people understand how funding happens, or you understand what we're facing, I think it'll dispel a lot of misconceptions out there and ideas about the way we actually run schools. So I highly recommend that you all view it and have friends and neighbors view it too.
Thank you. So next we'll go down under operations. We have an authorization to fill positions.
So asking for authorization to fill positions without board action prior to August 7th, that gets us through the first day of school in case we have any urgent needs.
So moved.
Motion by Pat, second by Mary Lynn. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Which brings us down to other.
No other than August 6th is quickly approaching. So we're excited, making preparations, and if you haven't followed our new site on Jennings County School Corporation on Facebook yet, please do, because we'll put registration times and all kinds of important information there.
Great. So again, a couple reminders from Alita, who spoke earlier. open forum provided by Centerstone at North Vernon Elementary on July the 15th from 6 to 7 p.m. Again, all parents are welcome. The topic is Let's Talk Mental Health. Back to school event at CSL Clubhouse on July the 26th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Lots of signs out at CSL to get you to the right location with construction. And then a parent cafe survey to allow parents to provide feedback that will be coming out through Parent Square and other social media. Again, would like to collectively, get that feedback so that we know what your needs are as far as resources. And then again, the board work session, July the 24th at 6 p.m., really to talk about finances. So having nothing else on the agenda, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Travis, do I have a second? Second by Chelsea. All those in favor? 7-0, meeting adjourned.